Welcome back to the Beer Plans Podcast. I am DJ Melodies.
Mr. Brown's in the building.
DJ V-Law something here.
It's your boy Flash, chilling as always.
It's your mind, Vinny, mine.
Clap it up, we back.
Hey!
Shots to that.
Cheers.
Salute.
Salute.
All right.
You gonna make it through the shot, Mr. Brown?
I'm gonna try. It's like a triple shot. So
Brown over here hurting.
He gonna find a way.
My guy.
Wait, why?
My guy worked overtime last night.
Wait, why are you feeling some type of way today? Why? What'd you do with your weekend?
I had a weekend Coke bender. No, I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Coca-Cola.
I had a burn.
Okay, basketball diaries over here.
That's why that fingernail's so long.
Right.
Why?
I say that all the time.
I said, Siri, play the
I call him
weekend.
Coke fingers.
Damn.
No, I've just been having a little fun. A little too much fun this whole weekend. That's all.
That's what's up.
It was your cousin's birthday, right?
Yeah, it was my cousin's birthday Friday. Well, my cousin's birthday was Friday. So we went out to a little club or whatever. And yesterday, my brother had a little cooking event so we was at the crib. I was drinking there, of course.
That shit look good too.
It did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah, shout out Breezy, the home chef. And then one of my homeboys was birthday, so they had a joint party at this at the spot we go to the Bygone. And so, yeah, I've been
Must
drinking.
be nice to get some popular out here. In these
I've been
streets.
drinking.
Right.
That's what's up.
All right, party poppy.
Right.
Getting it in the most
Yeah,
chicest of spots.
Right.
Good Lord,
I mean,
man.
down a Bygone this weekend, down another
You
spot
do
with
that.
homeboys this
You
weekend,
don't have no
down
kids.
somebody.
That's true. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Yo,
you
live
can
the
be
life,
real
man.
messy when you don't have kids.
You live the lifestyle of someone to live in the Hamptons, yo. Like you just, god damn, man. You live like an heiress over here.
Yo, that's funny. Dead ass. But when I ain't gonna lie, I did a little too much yesterday when I showed how I was dressed.
Yeah.
But I went to this when I walked in there. I walked in the spot, and that was I was hearing that kind of shit, like because I had a turtleneck on, some Chelsea boots, some black pants.
Oh,
I had this fur coat I never worn.
One on one, right? They killed them chinchillas specifically.
So wait a minute.
Faux fur.
So you look like.
I was living that. I kind of felt like a bachelor.
I feel you, man.
It's weird.
So you would dress like Meech every time you walk into a new club,
Hey.
yo. He dressed the same way every time. Every time.
They was calling me. One nigga was calling me Mr. T.
I pity the fool.
There you
They
go.
said I came in there looking like Rick Ross. Like I'm like, nigga, you did too much.
Getting all the winners, huh?
Right. So yeah, this weekend's been a little bit of a blur for me. How about y'all? I'm talking too much about myself.
What's up with you, DJ V-Loss?
Well, I had a wedding to DJ this weekend, which was litty. But last weekend was a first for me. I DJ'd a Sudanese wedding, and it went on for 3 days.
Oh yeah, those weddings are lit. Like
Yeah.
Sudanese, the Chinese joints, the Indian ones.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was great, man.
You worked all 3 days?
No, the second day they went out of state or something. But yeah, it was great, man. It was fun.
So basically, you DJ'd a festival.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, because then they had a singer with it, and that guy like put me to shame. Like, them motherfuckers like was getting up, doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? It was all right, man. It was a good time.
Bruno Mars came in and started performing.
Yeah, it was a wave.
Nice. What about you, Flash?
Man, I've been chilling. You know what I'm saying? Just working, relaxing. I was telling them that I went to go see Creed. I almost had a fight during the movie. You know what I'm saying? So that was fun. But nothing happened. Yeah, I mean, we chose to do the non-violent route. It ended up working out.
Non-violence,
Yeah,
non-violence.
made a
Exactly.
friend afterwards.
Right, we ended
Right.
up being cool after the fact. You know what I'm saying? But, learning life lessons. Man,
But
chilling,
this
so-
wasn't for the theater of the mind. I want our audience to know this wasn't
Good
just.
Lucas album, by the way.
Yes, it was very underrated. The guy walked by. I don't think he meant to do it, but he definitely, the way that Flash portrays it, the dude fucking punted his goddamn popcorn, and then what did and then how'd he say sorry when he?
Usually like, yo, my bad. I'm sorry. Kept that shit moving. I'm like,
Right.
yo.
He looked up and was like, "Is that you, Justin Tucker?"
Right, imagine Justin Tucker kicking a field goal, just be like, my bad. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Oh man, This weekend was a lot of like missed plans. Like I was supposed to go to a couple places and then didn't. Wasn't too bad though because I like being low key and chilling.
Sure.
Especially when you don't feel like humaning.
Yeah.
True.
Like dealing with humans. But
Yes.
I smoked a couple cigars this week.
Nice.
Which is always chill and relaxing. Bumped into an old friend from high school at one of the cigar lounges. So
Awesome.
yeah, not too
That's
bad.
what's up,
That's
man.
old nigga shit.
Is it?
It
It
really
is.
is.
But nobody in
Cigars
there looked like they was over 40 though. That's the crazy part.
Yo, cigars are becoming like
Yeah,
hey,
they're a cigar. They really are.
Like I feel like people are leaving hookah and going to cigar lounges just because it's be like always crowded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll drive past a hookah lounge, you'll see like 6-7 cars. But like when I go to Stoko's and the cigar lounge right beside, they be like 30-40 people in there just every single
The
time.
ones I went to.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. See, case in point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think that's the new wave everybody gonna be on. So
I like it. So
That's the 30 and up.
So one of the what is it, speakeasies here, the one the Elk Room,
Yeah.
they have there's a cigar lounge like up top.
Right.
So there's like an elevator next to the bathrooms,
Right.
but like it's like a members thing where you gotta like pay for the annual membership. So like if you go to their reviews on Google,
Right.
all the 1-star ratings is, man, I was trying to go down there and smoke a cigar and they told me I had to pay a membership. Because I mean, it's not the cheapest either. It's like I think it's like $3 or $4 grand or something like that. But,
What?
Which sounds like an infomercial.
Forever
Bro,
or for a year?
is
For
it
a
worth
year.
it? I'm not going with you. Is it worth it?
I haven't been to that one, but the one I've been to that's like that, yeah.
Okay.
No,
How much?
kidding.
The one I went to was cheaper than that, and I
Did you
didn't pay
say
it. I was
grand?
riding on
Is it $3,000 a year?
like
for,
three a year or something like that.
for the membership?
Yeah, and there's some
Not
more.
You
hundred.
can smoke a cigar at home for that.
100, but 1,000.
You can smoke a cigar
But
at home
it's
for
not.
that.
It's like so some people will use it as like a getaway, to like some people will go and work, like they'll do work, take meetings and stuff like that there, go watch the game or whatever. But it's like you said, like the hookah lounge is super mixy. Your face.
I'm just listening to you try to justify this.
The look
$4
of
grand.
disapproval on B. Loss's face
I
is
think,
hilarious.
So
right
when
now.
I think about stuff like that, I think about it this way. There's shit that we spend our money on that we shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
But it's the fun thing that helps you like relax and decompress.
Absolutely.
As long as you're doing it and you're not like, I don't know, missing your mortgage payment to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like your thing to like get away or like to relax, and get away from whatever or whoever it is that you're trying to get away from.
Or whoever.
Like that's cool. Like to be honest with you, like if I had a membership to a spot like that, there's a couple people in the room. I'd probably be like, you know what, come on, just come with me, come relax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
I
Well,
mean-
we all got our vices.
And then you got to, if you
Exactly,
can afford
yeah,
it,
yeah.
I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I
if you
smoke
can afford
cigars. Mr. Brown does, Coke benders. Coca-Cola.
That's a way more expensive habit than
Yo,
$3
you
grand
still
a year.
And
This is all jokes, by the way. In case
Oh yeah, for the people
listening.
for the people who think podcasts are real.
Right.
And I realize that I'm sounding super ratchet by asking this, but after you pay that, do you still pay for the cigars when you go there?
Yeah,
That's
when
a
you
good
bring your own
question.
Cigars.
That's a
I'm
good
paying
question.
3 racks and then buying cigars when I get there.
Yeah, and they'll have like some of them have a bar, so you can get drinks there, or you can bring your own.
Yeah.
I prefer bringing my own because that way I know what I pour is what I and it's what I like. But yeah,
Right.
I think it's a new discovery for me. I'm still a noob.
Sounds like
But-
they're just pricing it so that certain people can stay out.
Like you colored. Go back there. No presents are allowed.
Really want to
I'm
get out
sorry,
this
you
way.
colored? Is
Yes.
this from the 1961, this place?
Hey, it says like a speakeasy. Taking it back in the day.
Prohibition.
You colored.
What
Like,
about?
yeah, you guys
You
go
colored.
there. You're not welcome. You're not welcome. Unless you're for the Ravens or the Orioles. I don't want to see. Send over there.
Right.
Lamar Jackson, come on in.
But wait, did you
Lamar
get your
Jenkins
contract yet?
going.
No.
Right. Like, what's your contract say? Oh, you ain't signed it. Oh, you got it.
Oh man, I'm getting emotional. Let's move on.
Yeah.
He's not signing.
A lot of
He's
feelings.
I know, right?
He better no. The Ravens better stop playing and give my man Lamar his contract.
Pay that man.
I'm gonna feel away if you don't. I promise you, will feel.
But hasn't he been hurt at the end of the season
So?
for like the past 2 or
Fake
3
hurt.
seasons?
And why didn't he play? Because he's trying to be like RG3 and give his all to a team that then blows
'Cause all-
away at the end of the season.
And all those
My man is being smart.
There's a few quarterbacks have gotten their payday recently that were hurt too, had significant time, but more than Lamar, and don't have his numbers.
Right.
Deshaun Watson allegedly did whatever he did with some masseuses and still got the largest contract in history.
100%.
But anyway,
Well,
Guaranteed.
I don't know.
Guaranteed.
Maybe they don't feel as though he is. It is very strange that I don't even think that they've been close to the Super Bowl. I haven't been there yet, since he's been on. I think that's something's a misfire there.
No, the problem is our line has been trash,
Yeah.
and we have no good receiver. No, I take it back.
Yeah,
We got some
cool.
amazing tight ends, but wide receivers they not built like.
Well, no, we have a couple decent receivers. The Ravens
Yeah,
have a couple
Mark
receivers.
Andrews.
He's a tight end.
Tight end.
Right, I know.
But,
That's
but
what I'm
the
saying.
offensive
Tight
play
end.
scheme is always built around run, throw to the tight end, those mid-level passes,
Right.
stuff like that. People say, "Oh, Lamar can't throw outside the numbers," but then when you draw up a play where he throws outside the numbers, guess what? They score a touchdown.
Sure.
Right, yeah, if he has good protection.
But you gotta have somebody that's gonna go get that though. That's the problem. We need a wide receiver that's guaranteed to go get that.
Yeah.
We get that, we be all right.
All right. So that we don't dry up all the pussy out there. Let's move on.
Right, like next.
DJ Melly Mel. What have you gotten into recently?
Nothing much. Doing a lot of mom shit and business stuff, and preparing my house to be like spring is coming, so I'm trying to do a lot of at-home repair projects and painting and washing down walls,
Spring
and
cleaning.
Wait, do y'all
repainting white baseboards, and
y'all hear?
homeowner shit.
Do y'all hear that? Wait, hold on. Wonder Woman.
Yeah, you're like those two white dudes on HGTV.
I was thinking that.
The Property Brothers, right?
Oh yeah. That's what they're called.
Man, when I tell you, I grew up on that. That was my shit.
I can
My
see you.
mom,
I can see you on
That
that.
was all that was playing every day in
And
my
you would
house.
definitely be the only black
And there was a
person.
couple.
You'd be
It was a-
easy to find you.
That's my shit. So I've always been inspired, and yeah.
That's
Yo.
awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Side note about HGTV, if you ever are like insecure about your financial status, don't watch House
Don't.
Hunters because it'll be
No.
like, hi,
Don't.
I'm a part-time beekeeper. Hi, I'm a volunteer firefighter. Our budget is $2.9 million. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, I got to call Cap on that. Because, ain't no volunteer firefighter making over $1,000 a month. And that's after you to put in 20 plus
But
years.
that's the point.
That's all cap.
They be having
All
some,
cap.
They be having some wild jobs with like mad millions as their budget.
No, for sure.
And they be picky as hell when they go in for somebody who's a part-time beekeeper. They'll be like, they're like, I don't. These tray ceilings just aren't
It's so
trained
funny.
like I want them to tray.
Yo, it's so funny you say that because, like, I be like, I had the shortest episode. When you showed me that first house, I'm good. Wait, why do I need to see the other three houses?
That's my other thing.
I'm good.
I'm definitely an online ninja. I'd probably buy a house like I buy cars.
Right.
I was like, yeah, that's the one I saw online. Let's test drive it. All right, cool, that works.
Sure.
I don't even
do all
understand
this
the
back and
structure
forth,
of
man.
the show. Why do you show? Why not show three houses like at the same time? You know what I'm saying? Not at the same time, but like in each different segment, and not them talking about why they won't, because they never pick the first house ever. Like
Sometimes.
no.
But I will say
They'll
this,
pick
though.
it, but it's after they've seen. You mean they won't pick the first
Oh,
house after
after the
seeing it and not
Yeah,
seeing the
yeah,
other
yeah,
ones? Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
They gotta keep because they got a half hour to fill or
But
21 minutes or whatever.
I will say this, though. Like, now, like, I really do get you got to be picky when you pick your house.
Yeah.
Because,
Yes.
there is no more, like, $200 fix this, $100 fix that. Every
5,000.
exactly.
It's
Every
not a game.
repair on your house is now thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Let me tell you something.
So it's like, you got
I
to be picky.
just put a new furnace in my house.
the first
The roof,
the first house
Yeah.
bro.
I feel like that's
racks.
the first house I bought, the furnace and the AC went up in the same year.
Oh my gosh!
I wasn't even
In the
bad.
first
It
6
wasn't-
months.
I'm getting lightheaded
Big
just
enough
saying
for the
that.
house.
Like, yo,
Like,
And there was an
God.
asbestos scare.
man,
Always.
no.
Lord.
Always
Lord.
supposed to scare.
I'd be
And
stressing.
it was
I
like,
would be
and then the
stressing.
dude comes out and does the estimates or whatever, and the
The
guy's
appraisal?
like, right, no, the appraisal guy, like, he caught things, and so like they were like, he caught the stuff that went up. To be fair, he caught. So, but the sellers bought a insurance policy on it,
Right.
and it was like, all right, cool. But like, then the guy comes out for the AC, and he's like, yeah, so you have I don't even know if this is right, so contractors don't kill me, but he was like, you have a 12 SEER and your house actually needs a 15 SEER AC unit so that you can properly cool down the upstairs. I was like, damn, it do be hot as fuck upstairs. And then he's like, so he's like, the one that you could, if you want to just replace, the 12 SEER you got, it's gonna, it's normally like $2,900. I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. He's like, but if you want the right one, you see how he worded it, then it's gonna be like $5,700.
Why wouldn't you say the right one first? Why wouldn't you say the right one?
Because
Because they playing on your male pride. Is like, I mean, if you want to be a broke ass nigga, you can get this one. But if you really want to do it right and your girl don't look at you like you a punk ass motherfucker, then you gonna get this one. Like that's what they're really saying.
You a shrink dick nigga.
But the other part to that too, though, is like the one thing I am learning with being a homeowner is that it makes more sense to pay the higher up front, so you gotta deal with it again, versus you paying this lower amount potentially, right? Depending on if they're not trying to scam you, versus paying that lower amount potentially, and then next thing you know, you pay it every other year for the same problem.
Right. It's
you know
like
what I'm saying? Like, y'all rather pay for it, get it done, and I ain't gotta see it no more.
Right.
Versus I take the shortcut now, but every 3 years I'm still dealing with the same problem.
Right. Fly Delta, don't fly Spirit and pay the same damn price once they nickel and dime you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, Mr. Brown.
No, don't do that to my guy, Mr.
Don't
Brown.
complain of that.
Did you not hear my man's lifestyle? Stop playing with my
Right,
in these streets.
you gonna act like
Why does he have that lifestyle? Because he's saving money on our flights, on his wardrobe.
Nah, you act
Son
like
of a bitch.
You act like Mr. Brown didn't have us first class. Flying down the,
At Spirit,
no, the American Airlines wouldn't. We flew American.
that's how
we
we
were
went-
in first class.
When we
That's
went
how,
to,
that's how we went to Miami with me.
Yeah,
We were in first class.
you
Fly
thought those
every
seats
year.
was that roomy for on the Humber?
See, people are so ratchet, he don't even know what's going on.
Man,
Tell him, Mr. Brown, put some respect on my name.
Mr. Brown had me sitting next to the nicest old lady. We was talking about stocks and investments and shit. And she was saying she was going
That's
down
first
there
class.
to meet her husband, and so they could spend a few months in their winter home. I was like,
Oh, they were
my.
trying to.
You got a winner home?
All right, I'm trying to play it off like it's normal to me too. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Miss
my
Susan.
winter
My
home.
winter home.
My winter home in White Marsh be just killing me.
right, yeah,
You know
Miss
what I'm
Susan. I
saying?
know.
I'm also there in summertime.
My winter home looks just like my spring home,
Side-
my summer home.
Well, now that we've been rambling, speaking of segues, I don't know how to
Definitely
segue
is.
into
But
this,
you're
though.
but you're all good. Life is good for you.
Yes.
That's good.
So it feels like it's been a while since we last met because so much has happened in the world, like the Chinese spy balloon, the,
What, that or aliens? Got some Men in Black about that one.
the cancellation of COVID. You know, COVID is ending to be in April.
COVID got canceled. The contract up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said
that's
it.
crazy.
April is up. It's been a lot of high-profile murder and rape sentencing, Super Bowl, several mass and school shootings, a bunch of local elections. Hip hop turned 50. Black
Shout out to hip hop. You know I
Good
love y'all.
news finally in that
Right,
ring. God,
That's a
right.
little heavy.
I can stop slitting my wrist now.
Black History Month, and more aid
Shout out
was
to all the
delivered to
wonderful
Ukraine.
people.
Yes.
Facts.
So there's so much to talk about. We've already recapped what we've done. Another thing that came up was Chloe Bailey released a song with Chris Brown.
Love that song, bro.
It's a dope song.
Amazing
I
song.
haven't even heard it
I
yet.
haven't heard
I
it
don't know
either.
why.
Yeah, I'll
You
play
playing
it for
now?
you
I'll
after
put it
we-
on my
yeah.
phone.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
gotta
samples
hear
that.
it.
It
Wait, you-
samples that
you-
Usher joint. The,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
Usher.
it does.
Yeah. The
You
Usher.
want to pause and listen to it?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
pause
yes.
and listen to
All
it.
right, we'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. And we're
But y'all
back.
put me on some music.
We're back.
Yeah, we wound up listening
I
to
always
like more than
appreciate
just
that.
the one song at hand. But
I always appreciate that.
Teacher, take a long break.
DJ Melly Mel, what's your initial thoughts on the Chris Brown Chloe song?
So she, I'm not even gonna say he, because he always receives backlash, but she received a lot of backlash for it, and it seems like anytime backlash is surrounding Chris Brown, it always stems from the domestic violence situation he had with Rihanna. So I know this sounds like some messy shit, but it's not. This is not the messy
No.
segment. That's later in the pod.
It plays a part.
But it made me think about the topic of forgiveness, and then Flash had brought up in the group chat of like how long we should cancel artists. Is it still okay to listen to certain artists' music versus another artist? So let's start there, and then we can like move on to some more personal experience with forgiveness.
For sure.
Okay.
And can I just add, I want to add on something real quick, right? And when we talk about forgiveness and everything that's going on, and I know we got that whole cancel culture thing going on right now, but I challenge anybody to give me somebody that's done great things in life that has no strikes against their record.
Even Obama did coke.
That's what I'm saying.
Coke talk.
No, but seriously, I'm not even trying to joke right now. I'm just saying.
No, for sure, but it's my thing. Like, yo, nobody's perfect. Like, legitimately, like, yo, even Jesus was perfect, and he got arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no such thing as a perfect person.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, not understand different offenses are different and they apply differently. I get it, but I'm like, yo, I feel like sometimes you go too hard with this stuff, and like with Chris Brown, I think that's a prime example. Like he brought a point, like he was like, yo, it's almost 15 years ago when that stuff happened. I was a teenager. I get it. I messed up. But at what point are we going to let people live their lives again?
Especially when Rihanna came back, made a hit song with him.
And they dated again. And they dated again.
A couple.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, my thing is, and the frustrating part to me is people be trolling on social media whole time they got their own drama going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, look, these people are trying to do the best they can. And I get some things that like you can't come back from. You know what I'm saying? Like R. Kelly, there's no coming back from that. I'm not talking about people like him. But I'm talking about people that make an honest mistake and since then have tried to better themselves. At what point are we going to say, cool, we'll let that go and we're going to start moving forward as long as you don't go back to what you did before?
So to the you actually make a good point with R. Kelly. Like there's nuances to different things because
Right.
like yeah, on the one hand it's like yeah, no one is perfect. Everybody has a little asshole in them. But there's also nuance. Like it seemed like you know, at the fear of sounding like someone that watches Fox News all day, it seemed like cancel culture definitely took things and applied like equal measure to every person.
Right.
And with the exception of a couple oddities, but like, so you know, it's like, do you give equal? If assuming that you even think canceling people is the way to go, quote unquote, do you hand out equal sentences for people, even if the crime, so to speak, finger air quotes going on here, it doesn't, you know, isn't the same?
I feel like you can. And the person I'm thinking about right here, and this is Flash. I don't want this to go out to the Beer Plans podcast. It's strictly Flash talking. I had a problem with what B. Simone said because she was getting interviewed and she was like, oh, well, Martin Luther King wasn't a real man because he cheated on his wife. I'm like, I'm sorry. You're talking about the father of the civil rights movement. He's not a real man? That man died for what he believed in. So because he wasn't perfect, now he's not a man? Shorty, go ahead. What have you done?
Man, Malcolm X was a pimp, yo.
No, I mean, for sure. That's
Maya Angelou was a prostitute.
Right. So I'm saying, like, yo,
Where is this going?
I'm just saying. No, I'm just
Not after Black History.
I'm just saying that, yo, everybody got a pass, but I hate when these people that have no talent, you can't contribute half of what these people have contributed, and you're like, oh, well, they not this and they not that. Shorty, what are you doing? Be some. I'll see you on Wildin' Out. What did you do for social activism? We had George Floyd. We've had Tyree Nichols now. We've had Trayvon Martin. Shorty, I ain't seen you no marches. And not to say that you haven't been there, but I ain't see you speaking. But now you talking about somebody else not tough because they ain't go to your plan of what you think stuff is?
Right.
If you're not willing to go through what they went through, I'm going to need you to calm down. Because at the end of the day, we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for them. So yes, you may not be perfect, but flaws don't discount you from greatness. And that's my issue with a lot of that stuff.
So
I'm going to go off with Flash here because that's always been my problem with this all of this crap with cancel culture, even on a much lower scale of just getting in a celebrity's DMs. It's fucking losers who want to have an impact on on a celebrity, be involved in some type of way, that they'll never achieve a certain level of success. So they feel as though the much easier thing is to try to have an effect on their downfall. You know what I'm saying? And it's so stupid. So like when and that's just one person. Mm-hmm. So when other people climb on top of that, then that's where we get a lot of this cancel culture and the broad spectrum of this person did one thing wrong. We can never ever forgive them again. And you know what I'm saying? And because it's inherent jealousy of this person reaching a level of success. And you may, like, I don't like Nick Cannon. I think Nick Clown is the definition of a clown. I think he's the definition of a clown. I respect him highly for his success. I can't stand that Masked Singer. That is the dumbest fucking show I've ever seen.
That man just getting the bag.
Wait. So I know you about to go over this, but let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Nick Cannon hate coming.
How, if you take out Nick Cannon,
right,
do you get a Carlos Miller? Matter of fact, you get an 85 South show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you get a Hitman Holler?
Do you get a B. Simone?
Right. Like, yo, the amount of black people he put on.
Wait, time out. Did you get a Kehlani?
He had calamity too.
Kehlani
Well,
gives him
he had a
props.
hand in her success.
He was part of her early artist development. And
Exactly.
Kehlani in interviews gives
That's not the
props.
point.
What's-
The
sorry.
point, I don't like him. No. I'm just saying I don't like him personally.
Right.
I think that he's a definition of.
Black excellence to me, in my opinion.
No, I just think I think personality wise, he's one of those guys that hangs out with, let's just say, more urban people than him, and he wants to be a part of that. Like,
Do you agree?
Personality wise, he wants to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Do you
But
agree
it
that
ain't about that though.
Do you agree that he's made black millionaires?
That has nothing to do.
It's not an attack on you.
I hear you.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm just saying, just to my point. I'm
Sure.
not saying it's not against you. I'm not
Sure,
saying that you
sure.
would say anything wrong. I'm just saying, well, would you agree that Nick Cannon has made some black millionaires?
Yes, absolutely, and I respect him extraordinarily for that. For all the business he's done, not just that. I mean, I even like him on Real Husbands of Hollywood. I think he's hilarious. on
Right.
that.
So my only point with that is when they try to cancel him, because I get it. He said some stuff dealing with Jewish people that I don't condone.
Right.
But again, I feel like when it comes time to cancel him,
Uh-huh.
if you put in 50 years of work, you probably shouldn't let one comment mess up your entire legacy.
Right. I mean, I would never. I can't even fathom jumping on that opportunity to be like, let's rally against Nick Cannon. Just because I personally don't like him, just to have an effect on a career. That's pathetic.
Because even Carlos Miller was like, when Nick got jammed up, he came in like, yo, now I ain't got a job? Because you fired my whole staff? He's like, yo, I ain't even say nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but that speaks to what he's done for everybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's frame this conversation back more into what I think anyway, like DJ Mel had in mind. So
My
like,
bad, DJ Mel. I'm sorry.
How do we feel about canceling like artists in general? We can expand that out of music, but in general, how do we feel about that? And like, how do we feel about other artists who choose to work with said canceled artists? And we just go around the room.
Oh, I guess I'll start. So I think because Chloe's not the first one who's gotten this kind of backlash. There's been pretty much almost any female up and coming artist that's decided to do a collaboration with Chris Brown get some sort of backlash on social media. It just some get a lot more than others. Like Norman, you got backlash just because she appeared in his music video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like the Warm Embrace song, which I love, by the way. But she was the lead in the video. She got a lot of backlash from that. There's been a lot of people, like, any female that... It's not the guys who get the backlash, it's the women. So the female artists who decide to do a collab with Chris Brown. But again, it's like some get more than others. That's my issue in general.
Am I saying like guys kind of get it would be with Tory Lanez? Guys
Yeah, that's more
Right.
that's something that's more recent on people's mind.
Now, I'll go on record. I'm not. His music is amazing, but that shit he wouldn't do, I do not.
But my issue is
at
in
all.
general with the cancel culture stuff is I don't like. Again, I'm all for like you have if you want to hold someone accountable for something you think they did is fucked up, cool. That's really what it stemmed from in the first place, because it was like people were not really being held accountable for fucked up shit. But it's kind of taking a little bit of a turn now. My issue is it's selective. It's
extremely selective.
At least on the social media shit. It's very, very selective. It's all dependent upon who you like, who you don't like. It's not even like a universal like thing. I think it's just too selective.
One might even call it selective outrage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna
Damn, Chris Rock free
They
plug.
call that a segue.
But it's not even. But that's another thing. It's not just social media. It's media. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on the news.
There's a lot. So my thing is like, if you're gonna hold, this XYZ person, you're gonna get mad at, Chloe Bailey for doing something with Chris Brown. But you're not giving that same energy to some of these, because because Chris Brown, like it or love it, I think we have to realize this. Like, there's other artists with this, but Chris Brown is like at a point in his career where like, he has he has a huge fan base. His diehards have been with him from day one. Mm-hmm. We have the flip side of that, which are like I'm not even say haters, but the people who just generally are, they're disgusted by the incident with Rihanna, and they feel like because he's been able to continue his career in some way, in their mind, they feel he didn't get the, backlash or the actual cancellation he deserved to get.
In my opinion,
and then everyone else in the middle.
So in my opinion, he should get more respect because he was in a ditch. You know what I'm saying? And like, he dug himself out. Like, even to the point where when a African American pop artists, when they start to cross over into that, you know, like you can be on, like, you can go from R&B songs and hip hop songs to pop songs as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then the first ones to cancel you are those the pop media, you would just say. So for him to claw out of that, and because he's like the first one that we've known, I think, in a very long time. I mean, because R. Kelly was on that cusp, but then like got out of it until recently. That was
more like selective ignorance.
Right.
We chose to ignore what was
And
on
we
tape.
didn't have the technology back then,
That's
or
it.
even
Man, that shit was
So
on
I said,
DVD.
it's social media. Social
She's
media.
talking
But
about-
did you, as a child, did you know what you were watching? Did you know how
No.
serious it was?
No.
We didn't
Someone
know it
in
till
the
we-
background said, "Yo, Kelly," and he looked up and said, "Huh." That sounds like guilt to me, but yeah.
But I think
I
what
know what you
Melodies
mean,
is
though.
saying, if we watch that video as 16 or 17-year-old, we don't really understand what pedophilia is.
The culture was different.
We
back
were
then,
that
too.
age.
I feel like we were
girl
even
when
younger
it came
than
out.
that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was 18.
But
when
we
that
don't
video came
understand
out.
the fact.
I was like 14 or 15. I remember I was in high school when that tape came out.
Yeah, I was a freshman in college when it came out. How do we feel in the room about like artists who choose to work with these artists? So like,
So can I say something?
Jay-Z did 2 full albums with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And one came after the tape leak.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on what you know versus plausible deniability. You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's one thing if I know that you talk underage girls, right? You know what I'm saying? So I may frown upon that, but I don't know what the conditions are dealing with that. I'm still not in the right for that, but that's a moral thing I gotta wrestle with. You know what I'm saying? But to Jay-Z's point, this documentary came out years later after we didn't already put this album out.
But the
You know
video
what I'm
didn't.
saying? True, for sure. You know
And
what I'm
I didn't,
saying?
for the record,
and
I'm
I
like a huge Jay-Z stan. I'm part of the whole Avengers, all of that. But for the sake of conversation, let's
and
get this in.
I'm not saying I condone it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's tough because you have artists that some artists get painted a villain when they're not, and some people get rightfully painted the villain. R. Kelly happened to be one of those that was in the right. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knew what he did, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So something like that, I think, is different because his stuff was so bad. You know what I mean? Versus a Chris Brown or another artist that got popped with using cocaine or popped with using heroin or whatever type of stuff. It's like, I think it's selective based off of who you are. You know what I'm saying? And my other thing I look at is like, what have you done since? You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're using on Michael Jackson, right? In my opinion. Staple in the culture, period. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I'm not saying that he's innocent, but I can say that he's guilty because every time it's went to court, it never got proved. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so for somebody to be like, and my other pet peeve with that is a lot of times it's misinformation. They'd be like, oh yeah, well he's a child molester, and da. Oh, okay, what do you molest? And they'd be like, he molested such and such. Well, he's on testimony saying that it never happened. And they're like, oh, well, so what are we talking about?
Can we do a survey?
You know what I'm saying?
Can we
Like,
do a survey in the room real quick? How many people think Michael did it?
I don't think he did it. I'm not gonna lie.
D-Loss?
I don't know. That allegation just doesn't come out of nowhere, though.
It can. But
Well, you admitting
that-
it
So you
can.
saying you feel like he did it?
But why? But you can blame somebody for a lot of things. Why that?
Same way Chris Brown got hit with a rape charge and he didn't do the shit when he got
And he
proved.
had to provide receipts in order to show
No,
it.
Exactly.
no,
Facts.
I don't know. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too much of that allegation to just be like, well, I mean, I feel what y'all saying. Like, you could get that allegation and people hop on it.
Can I ask you one question? I'm sorry, it's my last one.
Yeah.
If that was the case, why was it always a civil settlement they were after, not criminal charges?
Well, there's a different standard of proof with.
Well, that-
so
I-
I can't. I
Because
won't
my
get
thing
that
is,
one. But
because my thing is, if somebody was to rape me, I wouldn't care about money. I want you to go to jail because you raped me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my personal opinion. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but I'm saying that to me, it goes away when you look at, oh, I'm going to press civil charges, but I'm not pressing criminal charges. To me, that says you want money.
Now I hear you, SVU.
So, Mr. Brown, you think MJ did it?
I honestly don't know. Just
All right.
because.
That's a fair.
Fair enough,
Yeah,
right?
that's a-
Fair
that's a
enough,
good-
for sure.
DJ Mel.
That's how I felt too. I don't know, but if it came out, I would not be surprised.
Okay.
Like, but then I also have like it's the nuance in it. Like, how was these people raised? What type of condition they were in? Who was around? Who was involved?
They
who
killed
was
in Neverland
protecting
Ranch
them?
for a day, and they spent the night, and now it's like, oh yeah, no, Michael touched me. Word. Word.
What do you think?
Not who me?
Yeah.
I don't think he did it.
Okay.
All right, but clear off of DJ Mel. Clear off of DJ Mel because I want to hear your. This is your baby. This is your topic. So talk to me. What are your thoughts on all the things as far as canceling and like people who work with said canceled artists?
I'm slightly okay with a little bit of cancel culture. I feel like people need to be popped on the fingers, popped on the hand for certain shit, especially when it comes to entertainment. Like, the law is not going to process everybody. Sometimes we gotta tell people when they fucked up, and it doesn't have to be forever. But you gotta realize, like, you can't be out here doing certain shit and still thinking that the world is going to support you. Like, no, that's just, it's not gonna happen. Like,
Yeah, those days
That's
are
facts.
over.
those days are over. Like, we know better now. Like, the technology is
Social
out there
media.
to know. Like, we didn't have that's why I say, even with the whole Me Too movement and this whole movement, all women being naked and shit, like, a little bit of it is necessary because we need to put it out here. Like, but it's always going to be some part of people that's taking it way too fucking far. So it's like, all right, we popped them on the hand. We said, don't do that shit no more. And we got to determine, is it that person who's just really fucked up, that this is who they are really? Or did they have this one incident that some, drugs was involved, or it was something going on and it triggered? Like, that's another thing. Like, if you do something because in the moment, I don't feel like you should be canceled forever. But if that's you, that's who you are, like, you are the type of person that just loves to hit women, then fuck you. Like, you're never going to change.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Then I don't give a fuck what happens. I don't want you to make no money. I don't care about you providing for nobody else and none of that, because there's no helping you. So you have to, I feel like that shit has to be stopped before you're going to damage way more people than the people that you so quote unquote supporting or helping to support.
Fair enough.
And to be fair, specifically with Chris Brown, I think we have to, I think the one thing that kind of gets overlooked a little is that the Rihanna thing isn't the only thing. There's other alleged incidents.
Recently?
Yeah, there's other stuff.
Yeah.
It's alleged.
So
It's all alleged.
that's the argument that people will make. I think a lot of those have come up as unsubstantiated.
Yeah, a lot of
because
unsubstantiated
So
stuff.
can I just say this one thing, and this is just me personally from the stuff that I've seen. I'm like, Chris Brown gets thrown under the bus a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of times he comes out on top because now he keeps receipts on stuff. Like, it was a girl that said he raped her, found out she was lying.
Yeah.
There was another girl that said him and his manager raped her, found out they were lying. There was another girl that said Chris Brown robbed her, found out they were lying.
Yeah.
Because when you get labeled, and that's the danger with this stuff,
Yes.
people see you as a target for a come up.
Absolutely.
And
So
then-
I agree with everything DJ Melody said.
She's right.
If you are like that, then cool. But if you're trying to get yourself out of that hole and you're not repeating it, yo,
Right.
for the people that lie, they need a stiffer penalty, because if you're broke and I try to sue you, what am I really getting off of that? Like, you need jail time for that.
Yeah.
You saying I raped you, I didn't rape you.
That's
You said I
extortion.
drugged you, I
That's a
didn't
form
drug
of
you.
extortion.
For sure. But I'm saying that needs to go to court with the same amount of intensity, because trust believe, if Chris Brown messed up again and somebody can prove that, he's going under the jail.
Oh, absolutely.
So when a girl lies about that, they need to go under the jail too.
I agree with that. But, okay, can I throw a wrinkle in real quick? Is there, like, how like a kid who does like a crime will get charged as a minor versus an adult, and that's a different standard? When it comes to cancel culture, do y'all think that should be the case? And let me give some color to it.
Yeah.
So Sabrina Claudio, who's a really good singer,
Yeah, I know so.
got canceled, kind of canceled a couple years ago because she had some like colorist tweets. And Sabrina Claudio was like super light skinned, and she had some.
She's Latina, right?
I don't know what she is, but she's like super light skinned. She had some tweets that were like people considered like really colorist. Come to find out, these tweets happened years ago. But given her age at the time, years ago meant she was like 14 or 15. So do y'all feel like there's like is there like a
So race
too young to cancel age
Yeah.
or anything
Yeah, I agree
like
with
that?
that.
No, because
Yes.
I feel like there's certain things. Race isn't an issue with that the same way a rape isn't an issue like that. Like, because at the end of the day, yo, you know what you're doing. Because again, I look at it like some little kid that gets shot by police that's 12 years old for carrying a BB gun. some stuff kind of transcends. So like when it comes to race, if you are discriminating when you 13, 14, I can't support you as an adult. It may be in the past, but it may not be. I'm not saying that you need to be canceled. You can't do anything. I'm just saying I personally can't support you.
I don't. You know what? I get the memories of like past posts that I've done. You know what I'm saying? I get major douche chills from stuff that I see that I posted in my youth.
But you're also not a sinner.
Right, and you weren't 15. So imagine if we had social media when we were.
Oh, God.
Right,
Because no one in this room had to deal with that.
But my point, you're right. My point is that
it was just starting to realize
see, and I definitely understand what you're saying on that. But like,
you have to know a certain stuff you can't come back from. Like, I don't think anybody at this room at 15 killed somebody or tried to kill somebody because we understood there's certain things you can't come back from.
And you just don't do.
Right.
You just don't
in
do.
my opinion, you saying something reckless and stupid, cool at 14 or 15. But when you start doing racial type of stuff, then that to me, that's not something that goes away right off the
Well,
start.
let me give this example. I bet you that everyone in this room has used a certain word that is not okay to use, but
What does it let's start with?
but it's
He's talking about the
also
F
probable. It's probable deniability because none of us had social media back then.
Is
And
it
I'm
F and the A and the G?
I'm
in
going to
the
say
first
that
three?
the word rhymes with maggot.
Okay. But
I use the word maggot. What's wrong with the word maggot?
But I would still own that in my current age right now. Like if somebody was like, "Yo, he said that."
That
I
wasn't
said
a
it,
mistake.
this was what it was.
That wasn't
Right.
a mistake.
I meant that. That don't mean I hate you, but that's what it was back in the day.
And to go off to agree with what he's saying, when we say that, we weren't saying that to be derogatory between.
But that doesn't matter to the person that feels that it's hurtful.
But what I'm saying, no. What I'm saying is, we were not taught, but that word was amongst our culture of friends because not because we were so not thinking of we hate a certain type of people that we used it amongst ourselves.
I'm going to speak for me.
Pete, can we actually?
And we didn't know that was a derogatory term toward gay people.
So
I
I
did.
did. So can we
add?
Can we add another wrinkle then? Because so you said that like it was part of the vernacular, right? We didn't know the full impact that it had on other people, right? Some of us didn't know the full impact it had on other people.
But we didn't say that towards those people, though.
All right. So how about this?
We didn't.
People who were say cis white male in the 50s. The word nigger was part of the vernacular in referring to black people during Jim Crow. Should they be canceled?
No.
Here's my thing with this.
So Jerry Jones should
Hold
be
on,
canceled?
wait. Yes, he should.
I don't know.
Yes, he should. He absolutely should be canceled. His ass was there at the desegregation of schools. You need to be canceled. Period.
But he was a kid.
When did he say this? When did
No.
So I'm actually conflating facts. So let me roll it back.
Okay,
all right. So what I'm saying is like in a scenario like with us, no one in this room because y'all all old as fuck had social media when you was a kid. Yes, that too. So we don't really understand. But the response you said was, hey. That was part of our vernacular. That was normal to us. Well, there's certain things that was normal to other people that are now known as like that isn't right.
That's why I hold grace when it comes down to kids, because when you're doing stuff as a child, like I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It's certain shit you just don't know you should not be doing. You don't even have the words to describe what is even happening to know it shouldn't be happening, or if this is your first introduction of this situation, you ain't deal with it to know I should do this or I shouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to kids, like if you've done something or have been through something as a kid, I always give kids grace. Now once you hit a certain age, like you, even up until like 25, once you hit a certain age, it's like, all right, you should know better. You've been through enough or seen enough or heard enough or been on the internet enough to know, all right, this ain't right.
So can I, and I'm going to speak for me, like at 12, 11, I knew what the word that rhymes with maggot was. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I didn't want to be considered that. And I didn't do activities that were parallel.
But
with
who
that.
taught you that?
Right, we were.
You just wasn't born.
No, but right, but you
somebody
man,
came
his
up
thing
with-
is not.
he was
You don't
taught
need
that.
right, but you don't need somebody to teach you. You can watch somebody walking down the street with a person switching, and it's a guy, and you like, oh,
You
this
don't
is
even-
what that is.
You don't even got to go
so
that
it's
extreme.
like,
It's just in the essence of the culture. Because I can tell you right now, if we had social media when we were kids, when Rough Riders Volume 1 came out, I was a super fan of Rough Riders. So
Right.
I guarantee you, I would have been in front of the camera talking about if you listen to y'all shit and listen to our shit.
Right.
I guarantee you, none of y'all maggots would do.
But
gossip.
also,
like,
but
so,
think
like,
about,
you know what
but
I'm
think
saying?
about, like if we when social media first came out, like we would post song lyrics. So like one that always stands out in my mind that, and I love 50 Cent in the Club, and I love the dirty version. So like the one part where like
wait, Christina Aguilera was on the 50 in the club.
yeah. So when 50 Cent, you know, he said, "We toasting a good life. You the maggot ass niggas." You know what I'm saying?
Trying to
Like
pull me back, right?
if we had social media back then,
would have been on that.
we would have posted that because that's one of that part isn't my favorite, but
It would have been one of your Instagram captions.
right.
Listen, I'm not
So
gonna lie.
his-
That shit.
That's
went
a
over-
that's a perfect
that
way
shit-
of putting it.
Listen, that bar when that song came out didn't even register to me.
Right.
Exactly.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
It didn't
That's
even.
what I'm saying.
So yeah, of course I would have been like if we had social media back. That was my freshman year of college. I definitely would have been doing and saying all the dumb shit online. So that's why it's like when it comes to like the Sabrina Claudio situation,
Yeah.
I also like extend grace. It's like okay, she was a young kid, she was dumb.
But
Now at this age, if she still stands on that, which she could be like, man, fuck that, I stand on that shit.
Then I'm done.
Then it's different, and it's like, all right, I know where you stand,
but no,
and I can move. I as a consumer can
Can
move
move
forward.
on
Yes.
if I want to.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But see, here's the thing, right? And again, I'm only speaking for me. Like, there's stuff that I knew. Like, there's not my perception and what is going on then versus now was the same. Like, yo, that word was rhymes with maggot. I knew what it was then. I didn't like. I knew I didn't want to be considered in that. Period. And I knew the stuff that goes with it. You're not gonna see me wearing pink. I ain't wearing no dresses. I ain't wearing no heels. I'm not with none of that. I knew that at 14, 15, 12, 11, 10. Hold on, we finish. All the way down. So as a grown man, yo, I'm still on that. The difference is, I don't want to. Even then, it still was that. Even as a kid, I don't want to disrespect you for your lifestyle, but understand, yo, I'm not with that. And because you are 12 or 13, don't mean that you don't know what you're talking about or you don't know what it is. I'm just not with it.
I
That don't
know
mean
what
that I
kind
hate
of
you.
fucking sperm and egg you're this nigga,
This nigga different.
he's
First-
different, yo. He's
First
been
of-
like,
First of all,
So
I'm,
since
I'm
he
trying
came out
to get
the
the
cooch.
I'm trying to get the image out of my head of Flash with a pink shirt
Yo,
on,
understand,
and
like, yo,
heels and a
Flash
Ain't
definitely-
nobody-
Wait.
So
I've
your
never
uncles,
had a picture
So
of
your
that.
uncles wasn't telling you that? Ain't nobody in your family say, "Oh, these is maggots. You better not wear this, or you gonna be a maggot."
No,
Like, where
I
did
never
you
would
get that
do it.
from?
Here's the thing. No, now granted, my uncles never did it because they was on the same wave, but it was never like I had gone shit before we got on the podcast. Like, yo, I know people that live that lifestyle, but it's no disrespect to them. I love them the same way, but understand what you on and what I'm on is totally different. And understand certain stuff that you stand for, I'm not standing for. I'm on
But
this.
the- but
you
wait,
on
I'm
wait,
trying to
that.
figure
I
out where
still
you
love
got
you.
that train of thought from. And
What
then
you
you just
mean?
didn't pop out the cooch like I ain't wearing no fucking dress.
It's not innate.
So wait.
Actually, that's how I came out the cooch. I'm not wearing a dress.
So wait, let me get this
I
straight.
agree with
So
that.
you
totally.
ain't wearing no pink when Dipset was hot?
Ever. And if you find something pink, and I give you $100 right now. I never touch pink.
Man, let me go over.
Hold
real
on,
quick and
I will
find
say
some
this.
pictures.
I'm gonna do
I
some
was- no,
photoshopping.
Right.
I will say this.
Put you in the
Wait,
dress.
ain't this you on the album cover?
I
with
will
Young
say
Thug?
this. Hold on.
Put that Barbie doll down, nigga.
Hold on.
One
I
with the
do
picture
have to
with him in
do.
the ring.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I do have to do one exception,
Yeah.
and that was about a month ago for my daughter's birthday. I had a black T-shirt. I had pink uniforms. I had
Oh, that's
daughter dad.
different. That's
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only time pink has ever touched me. And then- But yo, I
Wait,
challenge you.
hold on. I have to call. Mac.
But I challenge anybody to find a picture of Flash with something pink on from 2018 all the way back to the time he was born. You got $100 coming your way. I guarantee you. Never touch my body.
I did have one other aspect I wanted y'all opinions about before we move on to the
That
personal
was the
shit.
most ridiculous thing I've ever.
I'm just saying.
We just let that ride.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Ridiculous thing.
And everybody that know me know that's how I feel with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can find a picture of me with something pink on from the time I was born up to 20, I was 18, 17. I give you $100 on the spot. Non-Photoshop.
So wait, do you want me to cancel the pre-order sales ticket that you told me to buy for the Barbie movie that
Fail.
that you asked me to get?
So we talked about other artists working with artists who have been canceled, but how do y'all feel about these artists who are massive writers in the game? Mm-hmm. And they wrote a lot of music.
You about to start some shit? Mm-hmm. You's about to start some
for
shit.
other people, and that people went to use that music, and it was hot, and we all loved it, but it was written by that fuck person.
Yes.
By Robert Kelly.
Exactly.
Yes, you already know. Yeah,
Because if y'all really truly wanted to cancel R. Kelly,
Man.
that'd be a whole,
the web of music, there would be a crater in hip hop and R&B.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I agree.
A music that y'all not supposed to listen
that's
to.
great. And you're right about that. And I'll speak personally, because when it comes to R. Kelly's music specifically, for the most part, I don't seek it. Now, if I hear Ignition somewhere, I'm not going to change the station. You know what I'm saying? But I do make an effort to not really try to listen to his music. But on the flip side, just his specific music. But when you break it down to like the shit he's wrote and produced, I ain't going that deep with it. All right, you know what I'm saying?
Can I have so all right, story time real quick. Now with Flash though.
Yeah.
I went to a brunch for somebody's birthday, and this DJ. Can we talk about the black community for a second, real quick? Just real quick. Speaking of this, I went to a brunch one time in DC a couple months ago.
Home of the brunch. Shout out to DC.
And the DJ he started with a Kanye set.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
And everybody was rocking, right?
Yep.
Then he segued. He did a quick R. Kelly song, just like a quick like verse
he
and
was fucking
verse,
retarded.
verse.
Trolling.
Then he went back to Kanye. Then he went back to R. Kelly. He did a whole R. Kelly set. Then he started alternating between Kanye and R. Kelly.
He was trolling y'all.
No.
He was trolling the
Do you
show.
know everybody in there was rocking?
Of course.
Nobody
first of
flinched,
all,
and everybody had a good time, and there was no think pieces about it. So I raise that to say like this whole conversation of like, well, do you still listen to it, and where does the web like spin out to? Because I think that there's certain things that's so ingrained in the culture that some people like. It's going to be like far right white people and MAGA. Like they might not say it out loud, but they rock with that shit. That's how black people are when it comes to certain music. They might not say it out loud, but they rock with that shit.
You saying
Kill my point for later. That actually makes sense.
I'm not
See, you saying that?
No, like, I agree with you though. I agree with you. 100%. You're right. That's
You-
like legit.
You
100%.
saying that stuff about the brunch people? First of all, they're high as fuck off Boone's Farm wine. You know what I'm saying? So let's
So
be,
random.
Let's be
Boone's
for
Farm
real.
wine.
Let's be for real.
But wait. I can give
That's
you
the
another
equivalent of a
scenario.
40, shorty.
So
I've never had a 40.
rewind the years 2017, 2018, and me, DJ Velas, and Mr. Brown saw DJ Melodies out at someplace on Charles Street, and at that place they played a whole Kanye set, like 48 hours after Kanye was in the White House, in the Oval Office with Trump, like loving on that, sucking that nigga dick, like so it's like I was like, wow, he's really uncancelable.
How the fuck did you remember?
I have a,
I do that too though. Like
I have a really dope photo.
That is
of-
weirdly
let me get that
specific.
comment.
That's the thing about that.
Like,
That's weirdly
I don't
specific.
remember
No,
none of
you-
that
you
shit.
not
because
realize-
you was.
If you don't realize now, me and Vinny pay attention to so much stuff. That's
Clearly.
why y'all get 8 hours of text when you be
That
going
we
back.
don't
and
say
forth.
shit back. All right, they going in the group chat
It's
again.
like, yo, we be
I just-
analyzing.
yo, it is a
I'll come
weird
back
thing.
in 5 hours.
I'll have like 16 texts, right? 16 unread texts, and then I click on our thing, and then it goes down to 2 unread texts.
Yes.
No one loves you.
I just want to see DJ Melody's like facial expression when she sees like the pod group chat going off, and it's just me flash. She probably like,
I open that shit.
do
and I
not
close it.
disturb.
Yeah.
Like I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
at work, most of the time when that should be going, when y'all be going in, I'm like,
Y'all be having
And
your
it be
own
posted,
podcast
right.
on our text messages.
And it be pauses like because they obviously are doing stuff.
But the best
So it'll be like
part,
an hour pause, and then all of a sudden, Flash will come with like 5 paragraphs.
the best is the
And
social.
this video's gonna match him.
The best is the link evidence, like when,
Yes, man.
so like
We gotta go
Twitter
to different
and
links. I don't even
Instagram.
have Twitter. He be sending Twitter links, TikTok links.
It's funny you say that because you open the link right, and it says open an app. I'm like, I
Right,
can't,
yeah.
I can't.
Like,
I literally only have a
damn.
Twitter handle because, like, in some of my other group chats, people will be sending Twitter links. But all right, so
Me and Vinny be solving world problems like
Yes.
Y'all do.
Y'all be on the articles, the article numbers, an article such and such, volume 4.
I don't even know who to side with sometimes. I'm like,
God damn, this
I'm
thing
like-
got a law book on deck.
you know what? I'm gonna side with the last
No
person.
Maryland rape laws.
Oh my God, I saw that shit. I'm like, how did we get here?
I'm telling my husband like that. You know you can't.
that is true. Niggas can't.
Damn,
I was
legally
wrong
rape
You
with
just
that.
had a random with a pecker husband
Right.
on the scent.
Like
You
shit.
be on the clear.
You play with your booty hole, you can't do nothing.
Right. You can take all that pussy. You ain't getting no time.
Pussy.
Nothing stops an argument by bringing up rape laws and shit. Yeah, you win.
All right. So what's the takeaway in all of this?
We ain't even gonna talk personal experience.
Oh yeah.
No.
Got
Let's just wrap up the
Yeah, we can
artists and
wrap it
shit. What's the takeaway here?
We gonna be selective. That's
What it is.
all.
We're humans. We're gonna be
selective.
selective. The people we
We
like, we're
gonna-
gonna be more inclined
exactly.
to forgive. People we don't like, we're gonna be more inclined to hate.
If you got slaps, we gonna, give you more grace than the nigga that's just
And
terrible.
worst case scenario, in secret. Moral of the story: if you still listen to R. Kelly, don't put it on your Instagram.
I'm smart enough to do that.
And we're back.
So we talked about, forgiveness and cancellation as far as artists go. But what about in our own personal life? Have y'all had any experience where y'all had to forgive somebody who did something to you, or you hadn't forgive somebody? Like, how do y'all deal with cancellation and forgiveness in your personal lives?
Oy vey.
Who wants to go?
Don't everybody speak up at once.
Wow, that's the first time we ever asked a question and we were all silent.
Do I need to go with my whole Creed story, or somebody gonna go?
No,
Okay,
please
you
don't.
start
Please
us off.
don't.
I will shut up then. Like by all means, Milas, go through your story and forgive.
Let him start it off.
Go through your heartfelt story and
We need
forgive.
somebody to start
Well,
it
I
off.
had to forgive, Melodies for what she said to me earlier. I don't think I'll forgive that,
You're gonna die alone.
Yeah, I don't think I'll
You're gonna die
Is that
alone.
recorded?
Oh,
I
dark
don't think we
basement.
recorded that.
No,
See,
that was off my.
No,
All
but
right,
it's,
so for
it's
the-
in the episode.
For the beer planners, like Milas told, he's gonna die alone in a cold, dark basement. So
My cat's
Yeah, so
eating
much-
me.
They're adding so much sauce to this right now.
My friends come
Actually,
He's
on.
gonna ask for help. Nobody's gonna be able to hear him. Like he can't reach a cell phone. He's gonna just fade alone on a cold, dark floor.
Yeah.
Found 8 days later.
Extra sauce on the side.
God damn.
Audience, I have good friends. I have good friends.
You do. They tell you the truth.
All right. So
Wow. See, y'all see that? Why do we let her come? Why we let her come here?
okay. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, forgiveness, man. That's a tough one, man. It is. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, God forgives us every second of every day, but it's hard to forgive. I'll quote the great Steve Harvey.
They're great. That's a stretch.
He
I
said-
like him though, but it's a stretch.
He said that God, in the Bible it says God forgives you 70. I think it was 70 times 7, something like that. And Steve Harvey said, I ain't with that. I can't forgive you 70 times 70. I give you twice. Third time, you pretty much need to stop coming around here. So I agree with that to a certain extent. I think that when we were younger, it was way easier to hold grudges. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody fucked with you in high school, even though, you're out of high school, you'll still only see that, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, you should let it go. Infidelity, that's always another thing of forgiveness. Like,
So are you saying it's hard for you to forgive?
Yeah,
in
it
general?
is. Yeah. I mean, I try to be better, with that because life is too short to hold grudges. But it takes a lot for me to have a grudge in the first place. So if you're making me if you're putting me on a level I have to forgive you,
You already took me there.
it's
to
going to
extreme
be
power.
tough. Yeah, because that obviously means I like to feel as though we joke around and stuff, but I like to feel as though I'm a rational person when it comes to other human beings. So if you're that much of a dickhead that you make me that angry to want to forgive you, clearly, I'll always think of that. You took me to this level. You did this, not me. You did this. I like to feel I always do right by people. You did this for me to put me in a position I have to give you.
I feel that.
So fuck you.
It takes a lot for me to get there too. Once I'm there, it's like, we didn't have to go this far.
Right.
And now I don't think I could ever see you.
Clearly, you did something out of pocket for us
Way
to
out
get
of
in this
pocket,
situation. Yeah.
Flash.
So with family, it takes a lot for me to get to a point where I would never forgive you. Usually, I'm pretty quick to forgive with family. If it takes a long time for me to forgive anybody, it's with strangers. Just because strangers are like, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no motivation to really forgive you. So I'd rather just you go your way and not go mine. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I try not to hold grudges because reality, it's too much pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sorry, guys. Mr. Brown is drinking some soda because he's recovering from a hangover.
Oh, sorry.
The man is sitting up here putting his heart out
He
there.
has a whole
all
bottle
you hear-
of ginger ale.
And all you hear is go.
I don't
I'm
think
not
the
even
listeners
mad at
would've
that,
really
though.
paid that much attention. Y'all drawing
This
attention
man
to
is-
it.
You know what? We don't forgive
man
you
is
for that.
suffering.
We don't forgive you for that.
I forgive you.
He's drinking Seagram's.
I don't forgive you for
How you
that.
gonna drink Seagram's ginger ale? That's the worst one.
I thought that was the best one.
Canada Dry.
Look, 7-Eleven happened to be open today, so he was thirsty.
He definitely swung over.
People be real passionate about their ginger
Ginger ale.
ales too.
Oh, I
Sure.
agree. Canada
Shit
Dry
go
for me.
flat.
Canada Dry for me.
I don't know shit about ginger ale unless it's
Like
alcohol.
piss.
True.
I will say this though: the only person I have a grudge with till this day is still Tank. Like they ain't always gonna have
He's
grudges
not
against everybody
letting it
else is
go.
exonerated.
Well, oh,
Tank,
Tank-
the Black Swan restaurant.
Drake
they
is
all
off the
still got
hook.
smoke.
Drake is off the
I
hook.
never had a grudge against Drake. I just don't.
But Tank-
I don't vibe what he does, but I don't hate Drake.
But Tank released a great album.
I could
R&B
care
money
less.
does.
It's
I
unforgivable.
can care less.
You're about to go on tour.
Tank, I can
R&B
care less.
I told him to give you some free tickets.
I hope your wife asked for Tank tickets.
Oh, yes.
My God.
She would never. She
Oh,
never
yeah,
would
God.
never.
Hey,
Yo, listen.
you know how? So,
She forgave Tank, I'm sure.
So you
She
know how?
did. She did. We still got smoke.
Really? Seriously?
Yes. Yes. Up to this day, bro, Tank and Black Swan restaurant, we still got smoke.
They're
Y'all
canceled.
are all exonerated.
They're canceling the
But
Dun-
Tank
They're
and Black
canceling
Swan.
the
Hey, y'all are canceled in the for sure.
So you know why one of the many reasons I rock with Flash is unyielding consistency. Listen,
That's
this
annoying
man. Listen, I said so in the group chat a couple last week or something. I was like, "Yo, Tank reposted one of our listeners." And it was like, it was a big thing. And here come Flash is like, "Look, that was dope, and he sounded great, but it's still up for Tank."
And I will come for your man. I will come watch your man at the concert. Well, best believe when Tank comes, I'm walking out. Straight out. I'm like, I ain't got no energy for you, bro.
Jeez.
I'm not about to clap at your
So what
performance. None of that.
So what
Bye.
you-
So
what
can
you're
we
saying
skip
is this-
past him when you're in a forgiveness conversation?
I'm about to say,
That's
so what you're
ridiculous.
saying is there's some scenarios that can't be forgiven.
You messing my wife's birthday, I'm not forgiving you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
You know
outside
what?
of that,
When
you
you
be
put it
forgiven.
like that-
You mess my wife's birthday, there's no forgiveness in Tank.
When you
Everything
put it like
else, you
that,
good.
we all love your wife.
Yes,
so
he-
I think I'm in your camp on that.
There
one.
you go.
He
That's
I think
deserves
I'm
a
in
Will
your camp on that
Smith
one.
slap.
Exactly. Bow.
Keep my wife's birthday out your fucking calendar.
Yes.
Facts.
Speaking of Will Smith and slaps and stuff, that Chris Rock stand up wasn't a slap. But all right, what's the takeaway? From
It wasn't. It wasn't. Not even a little bit.
I mean, as far as forgiveness, I definitely see what he's saying. It's like, I guess you said it's harder for you to forgive strangers because you don't know them.
Right.
Okay, so is it easier for a stranger or a family member to get you mad?
Or a friend.
Well, that's a
Family
good
member for
question.
sure.
Family member?
But again, I know it's my family, so like I know where they're coming from. Like I can argue with you, but I know where it's coming from. So I never really take it personal because I'm like, I know it's coming from a place of love at the end of the day, so I don't stress it. Versus some petty dude that I don't even know talking some wild stuff. I'm like, yo, I don't know where you're coming from, so I can't really forget that because it just seems like, you know what I mean, maniacal to me, if that makes sense.
Real quick, how do you two, Vinny and Miss Brown, y'all cool on forgiveness or no? No,
You just
no.
said Mr.
We
Brown.
accept it.
Did we not?
So for, okay.
My bad.
So forgiveness, okay. So my scenario is a little too personal to share on the podcast, but
Is it?
Yeah, very.
Okay.
That's
All
what
right.
you
I'm
want.
not pushing
Rounded. Okay.
But
No,
but
that's too emotional.
That's
But
content.
what I will say,
Content.
See, you touching on everything.
Leave my family name out your mouth.
Profit
But what I will say,
you guys subscribe to the
But what I'm
Patreon to get that story.
the point I'm trying to make with forgiveness is more so like, forgiveness is more so about like, it's for yourself, not for the other person.
That's true.
So it's like, whatever fucked up thing someone did to you in your mind, you know what I'm saying? Forgiveness is for you so you can move on. Because if you don't move on, that shit's gonna fester. And that shit gonna eat at you. It's gonna stay inside. It's gonna eat at you. If you don't forgive this, if you don't find a way to forgive this person for whatever fucked up thing they did, that shit's gonna fester.
Yeah.
And it's gonna seep out of your pores, that terrible, negative, nasty energy. So for me, well, I think of the fact that you have to do it, even if you don't. No, you have to be in a space where you're ready to be there. Whatever fucked up shit happened, you can't expect that person can't expect you to be willing to forgive them like immediately or on whatever timeline they want you to forgive them to.
Right.
It's all about yourself. So if it takes me 3, 4, 5 years to forgive you some shit you did, it takes that year because it's for me.
My hardest issue with forgiveness is when you constantly have to see that person.
Yeah.
And when you're forgiving somebody from yourself, sometimes you're forgiving them and they still haven't even changed their behavior. When you're forgiving them for yourself to move on. So when it's that situation, it's like, I'm forgiving you because I need to move on, but you're still that same person and I still gotta see you and be around you. Like, that shit is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Can I speak for somebody who's been on the other end of that?
Uh-oh.
You still feel bad on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll speak from a guy that's done something crappy to a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if we see you every day, we still feel bad every day. We're going to pretend like we don't. We still feel it. And we still feel shame behind it. But nobody's going to yell and advertise that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and I'm not saying that what that person did or we did makes it better. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, no, it's not just you. But if that person may still feel bad, but they're just not trying to advertise it out there, if that makes sense. That guilt stuff is real. But nobody's just going to outwardly speak on that, if that makes sense.
They say holding a grudge is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's true shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Jazz snaps.
That's true shit, man. Like, it's,
I think we need to end it on that one.
Yeah, man.
I like that. Say that again.
Yeah. That's the takeaway. Go ahead.
Taking the poison.
that's the takeaway.
And expecting the other person
It's like
to die.
taking poison, expecting the other person to die.
You don't forgive.
Yeah, that you don't. That the person that you hold the grudge against. That's
Well, there you go.
All right.
All right. So, I think we might have a new
Bring money to
segment.
collection, please.
What's the new
Definitely got a new segment. So
Now, do we do a jingle for this, or do we just do a drop? Like, who raised you?
if we do, we gotta give credit to the man who
I
actually
mean, he just came up with it. I like that.
put that phrase on the map. I feel like I've always been saying it, but T.K. Kirkland, I think is.
Oh yeah,
Is the one
yeah.
who really says
Kinda
it.
popularized
Yeah,
it.
he kind of popularized Who Raised You. So that's our new segment. It's Who Raised You. This segment is basically about all of some stupid fuck shit we done seen, and we just looking at you like, why,
Right.
why are you doing this?
Why?
Why? So today we had a.
What was the reason?
We got mad drops from this.
Yes, we did. I love them all. So, what was it? You, Vinny? Who sent the video of the guy kicking in the door? I can't remember.
don't think it
Somebody
was
sent it. This guy in Florida. There's a video of him just straight kicking in this door. He's trying to get in the house. He's kicking the door. He finally gets in. Once he gets in, he is shot in the head. So what happened is that his children's mother was living in the house, but she also lived with other people. So when he finally got into the house by kicking the door down, he was threatening the mother of the kids, and the housemate that the mother lives with wound up shooting him in the head. And I'm just like, looking at that video, you just see so much anger, so much aggression of this man trying to get in this house where the mother of the children and his children live. Like, who the fuck raised you, sir? Like, not only you setting a wild, crazy example for your kids right now, and if one of those children is a girl, a daughter, like, you teaching her like this is how men are supposed to act. Like, I just don't understand like how people be in these relationships that get that angry to the point where you trying to kick somebody's door and you don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, that's easy. The answer is that they're crazy from the jump. Like, it's just, they're not like, the relationships don't make them crazy. They're crazy people that have to be in relationships.
True.
And then it just goes left from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the easy answer. But I also feel like he got what he was asking for.
He definitely got what he was asking for.
Yeah.
And you in Florida, sir, so that's staying your ground.
Yeah, not for nothing. This is actually a scenario where staying your ground laws make sense.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, absolutely.
I wish that shit was here for that lady that shot her ex
police
cop.
officer. Yeah,
that was
sure.
molesting the kids at the
Daycare
daycare.
center. Oh yeah.
She ain't locked up right now. They just interviewed her.
Them, the squeegee boys. Like, I mean, it's a couple of them. I feel like, stand your ground. I would apply, but that's not the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean,
sounds like dude was tripping.
Dude was definitely tripping. I guess Florida's crazy
in general.
but I guess you say that stand your ground law can come in handy for when you gotta teach a nigga he ain't been raised right.
for the same people.
He fucked around and found out.
Right, fucked around and found out.
What he say? Like, he hit the graph. Like, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
Right.
Like, yo.
Is that a common phrase? I didn't know that.
You would know if you had TikTok, sir. I'm just
Dude,
saying.
he has
China.
he sells
About shout out to
t-shirts
the
and
Chinese.
everything. China?
What? Wow, that's funny.
All right.
Well, that's all that we got for you today, Beer Planners. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. Make sure you follow our Instagram page at the Beer Plans Podcast. Share the podcast with your family and friends, and we will see y'all next time.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Forgive somebody.